Okay, so I'm gonna be completely honest, when I made my Battlefield Vietnam review, the game was in 720p, and I didn't know how to make it 1080p until recently, and I realized that, wow, it actually looks fucking sick. Like, you know how we have that nostalgia memory where we think of a game and it looks fantastic, and then we go back and play it and realize that it looks like shit? Well, you know, I actually managed to turn nostalgia memory into real life by literally making the game 1080p. It looks just as good as I remember it. But you know what? I want to talk about this mod that I came across. It's called Operation Remembrance. Well, it's technically a half mod, but I'll get into that in a second. Because I was going to make a video where I add a bunch of mods to Battlefield Vietnam to make it seem not like someone smeared Vaseline all over my screen, just to see how much content and how good I can make this game. But I came across this mod, like I said. Now, what is this mod, you'll ask? Well, basically, it will add new maps, new vehicles, and a new faction. Yes, the Anzacs are included in that. And the reason why this caught my attention is for a game made back in 2004, you'd think that mods would have stopped being made around 2014 or 2016 latest. And this is literally a recent thing, and it's been updated literally last week. And you know, despite the original devs abandoning it and not even adding it into Battlefield 2042, the portals, like they added all the freaking battlefields, but they didn't add Battlefield Vietnam, the one battlefield that I gave a shit about. And you know, they didn't even add Battlefield 2, best battlefield in my opinion. Fucking fight me 1v1 in the comments. I'll go right now. I'll fuck you up in the comments. Okay, I went a little bit overboard, but look, this mod adds other mods to the game, basically called Battlefield 5 Arsenal or Battlefield 5 Arsenal. What am I? Battlefield V for Vietnam, Battlefield V for Vietnam, point of existence. Battle Group Vietnam, Battlefield 1942 Forgotten Hope, and Forgotten Hope Secret Weapons. So you're probably wondering why these mods have been added. Basically because, you know, Vietnam War actually used some guns from World War II, so that's why they basically add the 1942 guns into Battlefield Vietnam. But I want to talk about the maps, right? So we have a long list of new maps, as well as maps already in the game that have been altered to be more focused in a specific area to basically appreciate the finer details of those maps. But some, you know, right at the top of my head, we have Valley Assault, Nung River Mouth, which is going to be a modified version of Operation Irvine or Irving. And you know, that's my personal favorite map in the game. We have Operation Cedar Falls. I honestly thought this was going to be like Cedar Points, where, you know, it's going to have roller coasters. I'm not the smartest, but we also have around 70 to 75 new maps. And I think that is going to be amazing breath of fresh air, because literally I only play on Operation Irvine, Irving, whatever, Flaming Dart, and Cambodian Trail. And any other map, you know, I can't really remember because I only played on them once, and they aren't really too much fun to play on with bots, that is. So, you know, it would be good to see, you know, new maps to see if, you know, they're worthy to be continuously played on. Like, I mean, Battlefield 2042 is gonna have like, what, 7 maps right out the gate? This map has like 10 times as much maps. You also have a map called Hamburger Hill, and knowing the fat piece of shit that I am genuinely looking forward to that. Now, moving on to the weapons, there are gonna be heaps added, and apparently there are like 6 factions in this game. All I know is USA, slightly different USA, ARVN, NLF, and PAVN. I don't know what the other 2 factions are, but that's probably because I always play on the same maps. But this mod is going to add over 400 different kits to be selected, which is absolutely ridiculous. In the base game, there's 48. And oh my god, there's going to be over 40 different types of M16s. You get a sniper M1 Garand. You get a grenade launcher variants with smokes, flares, buckshots, different colored fucking smokes. Kar 98K, Thompson, M20 fucking super bazooka. Super. It's not a regular bazooka. It's a super motherfucking bazooka. And that is the tip of the list. There is many more to be announced. Now, mind you, some of these come from previously mentioned mods or previous games, but I mean, you know what? I'm not complaining. Now, moving on to what I think a lot of people love, and that is vehicles. And just like the weapons, there's heaps of new vehicles being added in every sector, from planes to boats. Some are from, you know, other mods, and some are completely redesigned that are in the base game. We get 5 different versions of the Cobra, 30 different versions of the Huey, 5 different types of Phantoms, a Chaffee, TO-55 or T-050, I'm gonna call it a TO, correct me if I'm wrong, TO-55 flamethrower tank, a fucking aircraft carrier, mortars, new machine guns, encampments with Dushkas and Brownings, and a goddamn destroyer. And you may or may not know, but in, you know, Battlefield 1942, I kind of skipped over this in my review as well, that you can actually drive the boats. I think that is freaking sick, and you'll be able to do that in Battlefield Vietnam. So the latest update on this was released on the 3rd of August, and they do say that he is going to try and update us every Monday. Whether he does that is up to him. But the latest update focuses on the M79 grenade launcher, and we know know in Battlefield Vietnam, this gun can be a little bit derpy, you know, in the sense that it feels the same way the tank cannons do in this game. It's like they're a fucking mortar or a howitzer. I don't understand. I do understand, but I don't want to get into this, but it can be annoying at times. Like, I mean, truth is, I could probably run faster and slap the thing that I'm shooting at before it gets halfway to the target. That's obviously an exaggeration, but they say that they have fixed this issue by almost changing the shell speed. They changed the shell speed from 30 meters a second to 70 meters a second. They also doubled the explosive radius and added different shell types, such as the standard 40mm HE, buckshots, white smokes, and flare rounds that can help illuminate maps that are night maps. There are going to be night maps, which, you know, that could really mess with anyone that has night vision goggles. Also, the grenade launcher is going to have its own class, sort of like its own grenadier class, because you know how like the M60 is paired in with the M79? Well, not anymore. But look, to finish this off, I should say that this is still being developed and there is no guarantee that it'll, you know, ever be finished, or if it'll be finished. It could have been abandoned already, or maybe it hasn't. Who knows? Personally, I would love it to be finished so I could load up Battlefield Vietnam and try it out. You know what is better than nostalgia in my opinion? Nostalgia mixed in with a newish experience. We get to experience this game once again with new stuff added. Sort of like buying, you know, a new DLC for a game and checking out all the new things that we get with the DLC. Hopefully we get a lot of stuff in there, especially when I buy a fucking DLC. Not like in Hearts of Iron 4 where they charge you an arm and a leg for bare bones, basic shit that should be in the games, but I'm not going to get into that. All I'm going to say is that this did make me feel happy. But anyways, I'm going to end today's video there. I hope you guys did enjoy it, because if you did, please do consider leaving a like, subscribing, sharing the video with your friends. Anyways, my name is Tantu, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.